Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me on Betty. On today's episode, I will share with you 3 simple recipes for those days when you have no motivation to cook or to go out any. Like always, consult your doctor before making any changes to your lifestyle. Street style Mexican corn. You can use frozen and boiled corn, or you can use roasted corn. The difference is the flavor. Roasted corn on the cob will have a much more earthy flavor versus the frozen and boiled corn. However, it's not readily available all year long. So if you want fresh corn, roasted may be the best option. But if you don't have that, frozen will be fine. Okay, to prepare the corn, first put the corn in a container that has ample space where you can do the mixing inside it. Next, you're going to get your cream, and I actually put it in a little plastic bag and cut off the tip so I can squeeze it out and make it look pretty. Remember to discard the plastic so it does not end up inside your food. Next, I add the crumbled cheese, salt and pepper, and the hot sauce. Okay, for the hot dogs, it's pretty much self-explanatory. I bought vegan hot dogs from my local grocery store and gluten-free bread because I am allergic and have an intolerance to gluten. I cooked the hot dogs as usual with a little bit of oil so they won't dry out, and I also toasted my bread. Okay, preparing the avocado salad, also known as guacamole. I am going to take the cilantro and chop it up very fine. Everything has already been washed. So now I'm just going to go ahead and chop it up. Once it's all finely chopped, add it to the container where we're going to mix all the ingredients. Next is the tomatoes. I prefer to remove all the seeds off my tomatoes before preparing my meals, simply because when the seeds stay in the vegetable, they decompose the meal a little bit faster, and I do not like that. If I work this hard to make a meal, I want to enjoy it as long as I can. Chop the tomato into little squares. Next is the onion, the dreadful onion. Why dreadful? Because when cutting onions, I tend to cry. I'm not sure about you, but tears seem to just come down my face. Next is the jalapeno. Okay, yes, I like spice, but not so much. A little bit of flavor goes a long way. I prefer to put just a little tiny bit of jalapeno. A simple tip that I can recommend when cutting pepper is to put olive oil on your fingers. If you do not have olive oil, just use cooking oil. What we're trying to prevent is for the seeds and for all those juices that come from the pepper to penetrate your fingernails. You do not want to be itchy the rest of the day, and you definitely don't want to scratch your eyes with pepper on your fingers. All right, the main ingredient, avocados. Okay, I wanted to show you how can you tell if an avocado is ripe. Do you see the little circle at the very top of the avocado? It has a tint of greenish yellowy, but it's mostly green. That means it's pretty much ready to eat. Slice the avocado inside its own skin, and then you can remove it with the round part of your knife onto the bowl. You can use a spoon too if you are not very handy with your knife. Okay, do this to both avocados. And keep the pit from one of the avocados. I have not seen this method used in any restaurant, but in our house, our grandmother and my mother always left the pit of the avocado in the salad. Their explanation was that it will keep the salad fresher longer. I'm not sure if that's true, but something works, and I try it. And the reason we use the avocado last is because it will start turning brown, makes it decompose faster, so you definitely don't want your avocado brown. Make sure you have your lime or lemon ready so we can get to the avocado fast. And next is the lime. Now in Mexico, limes are known as lemons and lemons are known as limes. It doesn't really matter what you call it. All you need is something citrusy. to make sure your salad gets a good balance and to keep the avocados from getting brown.